Still the #1 sports podcast on Apple, Spotify, and wherever the Swifties get their podcasts at these days.
Travis Kelce is getting candid about his relationship with Taylor Swift.
Did you get any pushback from the actual security guards about pushing them out of the way the one night?
Pushing them out of the way?
I mean, it's on camera, Travis.
I didn't push him. I placed my hand on the gentleman's back to let him know I was behind him. If I would have pushed him, he would have turned around and tased me.
That sounds like a way that somebody who pushed somebody would describe pushing them.
You're ridiculous.
I didn't push them. I just put my hand on them and moved them.
Good sir, can you excuse me? I need to get the door. Sorry. Thank you. I'm right behind you. Don't want to startle you. I know it's your job to keep crazy people away.
The Kansas City Chiefs player and his brother Jason Kelce opened up about his budding romance with the pop star during a new episode of their podcast, New Heights, on October 18th.
Have you had to enact any security of your own?
Of my own?
Do you feel like you're like a security guard when you're with Taylor?
Like I'm part of the team?
Like you're one with the rest of the guys? Like, hey, we're in this together, fellas.
I feel like whenever I'm on a date, I'm always like having like the sense of like I'm a man in the situation. I'm like protective. Yeah, for sure. You always kind of have that feeling or that self-awareness, I guess.
Where do you sit when you go into a restaurant?
Wherever they have the table.
Well, at the table, what seat do you choose?
The more convenient one? What do you mean?
You choose the seat with the best view of all of your potential threats within the establishment.
But what if somebody else wants the view of, like, it's the best view of this entire place?
Well, it's your job to protect, Travis, so it's your job to have the best view.
No, you just got to know where the exits are.
As the pair joked about his dating life, the Super Bowl champ also shared rare details about their surprise appearance on Saturday Night Live.
SNL had a great sketch about the Swift mania in the NFL and who should show up at the very end, but the Big Yeti himself. All 2 lines up. What did you see?
I don't even remember what I said. I blacked out. As soon as they cued to me, the entire place erupted, which was very overwhelming, and I'm not even sure if I said anything.
Yeah,
so I walked off. I said, did I say anything at all? And everybody's like, yeah, no, you killed it. And I watched it over, and I still don't really know if I said what I was supposed to. We showed up at SNL having the idea of going supporting Ice Spice. Her and Taylor are good friends. I've always wanted to meet Pete Davidson. Been a fan of his for quite a while, since he was actually on the show, or on SNL, I mean. And I'll tell you what, man, it was electric to be back in that place.
Dude, it's crazy how much energy is in there.
Being in that room and just it being their first episode this season. I had such a freaking blast, man. It was a star-studded back room. I'm not the one to throw around names, so I won't. But it was awesome, man. It was awesome. And Lord Michael, thank you for having us. It was a pleasure. I didn't know what the skit was like, what skits were coming up, and I'm pretty sure that it was just ironic that they were doing a skit on what'd you call it,
NFL?
the Swift Mania. Yeah. It was, but I thought it was hilarious. And when they asked me to be a part of it, I was like, man, I'd be honored. And it was pretty cool. And then Taylor also made the surprise cameo, introducing her good friend, Ice Spice.
Nice. Who
absolutely killed it as well, Ice.
You guys got out of the house after that, even later, by going to the Saturday Night Live after party, which, for those of you who don't know, it goes all night.
It was fun catching up with everybody over on SNL, man. I miss those guys and guys and girls, I should say. And hopefully, I win it or Jason wins it and we find ourselves back.
The brothers then poked fun at their dad, who was spotted chatting with the Red singer at one of Travis's recent NFL games.
If you were watching the game, you saw something momentous happen.
Momentous.
Which was Taylor Swift talking to Ed Kelce.
Yeah, Taylor talking to Dad. You already know. You know Dad like I know Dad.
Which is, he shouldn't be talking to Taylor Swift.
This is a terrifying conversation. I felt terrible. For Taylor for being in this.
Talking to Mom. All right, that's going to be fine.
Delightful.
Man.
It's going to be a wonderful conversation.
If you see Dad talking to anybody and you can't hear what's happening, who knows where that conversation's going?
We can't keep kicking Dad just because we enjoy doing it, man. Our dad is the best dad in the world. He is a great converser or a conversator.
I'm telling you,
however you want to put it.
He doesn't always.
It's where Jason gets his storytelling and a lot of his charisma, man. Yeah. We're saying this just because we love to rag on the big guy.
For sure. And it's actually, but it was nice because, Mom has been getting quite a bit of the spotlight. So it was cool to see Dad up there on the Jumbotron for a little bit, or on the TV for a little bit.
You can just see in this picture, all he's doing is just absolutely pumping her up. He started listening to her music a little more. He started doing some stuff. Just like, Dad, wait, Dad.
Bless his heart. What is he saying? He's definitely... He said, "Now I've taken all of your."
Has he stolen her music from the library?
He's probably saying, "I've taken all of your CDs out at the local library, and I've started to burn them into my computer because that is legal as a tax-paying citizen."
Jason and Travis were later joined by their pal, who they call Intern Brandon, and he jokingly sipped from a Taylor Swift The Eras Tour film cup as the trio talked about the viral moment Travis held Taylor's hand while out and about with the 33-year-old over the weekend.
He's a hugger, he's a door opener, he's a hand holder, he crushed it. I have seen so many just...
He's a creative character in boyfriend material.
So much footage breaking down Travis Kelce's hand holding, and I'm like,
every attribute we could give him.
Guys, that's 3 points of contact. That's football. That's not hand at all.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they caught me with some weird hand holding poses there. That was crazy.
We'll move on. We're not. Hey, that's not what this show's about. This show's not about that.